December 21st, 1964. Dear Mom and Dad, I just arrived in Vietnam. I can't deny that it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. I made many friends, and we can't wait to go out in the bush. The animals here are just brilliant. As I write this, a gecko is relaxing on my leg, and it's the most terrific feeling I've felt since Jane and I met. We get fresh steaks here, but the water isn't great. I don't want you worrying about me. I'm actually pretty comfortable. I'll write to you soon. Love, Jeremy. January 23rd, 1965. Dear Mom and Dad, Vietnam has been very treacherous lately. The past few days have been some of the worst times of my life. My best friend was killed, and I had to shoot someone for the first time. All that replays in my head is his screams, thinking that he could have been like me, young and scared. I felt sickened. My body and hands wouldn't stop shaking. My adrenaline was beyond worse than the time I scratched Dad's new car. He was close to killing me. This time, I was Dad, and the VC was me. A few days ago, we got into a barbaric firefight. We started to hear screams coming from the sky and realized bombshells were coming down on our perimeter. It seemed like they took forever to fall. We started to brace ourselves for the shock, one after another. The shells began to explode, creating giant blasts with shrapnel flying everywhere. We were scared to death. Watching my fellow soldiers suffer is one of the hardest things to see. We don't belong here. We're just kids forced to fight for the military's convenience. Just thinking a few months back, I was finishing up my senior year of high school. I think I'd rather be there than here. Have a protective unit. I'll be fine. My commander is a vigorous man. He's taught us how to survive over here. I'm thankful for that. I'll write to you tomorrow. I have to get some sleep. Please don't worry about me. I'll see you guys soon. I love you both very much. Love, Jeremy. January 23rd, 1965. Dear Jane, I'm starting to understand what the war is really like. It's hard to watch your fellow soldiers die. You don't even understand how bad I want to be back with you. You're the love of my life, and just writing this makes me scared. Scared of death. Recently, I witnessed a fellow soldier, Jim, step in a landmine. I watched as he became senseless and bled out. Mosquitoes and flies flying around his severed limbs, making him their new victim. Another soldier and I picked him up, then began to carry him out the field. He was covered in blood from his hairline to his lips. I was unable to recognize him. Bubbles of blood were exploding in his open wounds. I began screaming his name, but he wouldn't say anything. Blood started to flood in and around his mouth, unable to take any more breaths. That moment, I knew there was no hope for him. It was the most horrific thing I've ever seen. Anyways, I better get going. I'll write you a longer letter next time. Don't worry about me. I love you, Jane. Love, Jeremy. December 21st, 1964.